How's it going, Shuffle Squad YouTube channel? My name is PrimeTimeWizardTV, and today we're going to take a look at the late night number 74 champion Matt Vandersloot's Arceus Duraludon Pikachu. Very, very interesting deck here. The absolute wall that is Duraludon was able to win a late night with over 250 people. Again, Arceus Duraludon, I think, is positioned very well in today's meta when almost every deck is playing a special energy. And if it's not playing a special energy, it's either a Lost Box or a Hisuian Gudra, for example, where the shred attack on the Duraludon is absolutely perfect. And you pair that up with the Flying Pikachu, it's almost an unbreakable wall for sure, but that also puts in a lot of pressure. Let's go over the card by card real quick before we try and recreate the magic on the ladder. So Matt here was playing a 4-2 line of Arceus V-Star. Arceus V has a Trinity Charge attack, able to accelerate 3 basic energy for 2 double colorless, something we are very familiar, as well as the Arceus V-Star with Trinity Nova. 200 damage, this is going to be the main way you're going to be able to power up your Duraludons, because they have a very awkward attack cost. And honestly, in today's meta, where Lugia can just hit very, very fast, sometimes Arceus V-Star will only get a chance to attack maybe one time, if you're lucky, 2, but expect only one time. So you're really just powering up one Duraludon, but sometimes one Duraludon can take you all the way. But again, the Starburst power can definitely help out with this setup. Again, Starburst allows you to look for any two cards from your deck. Very powerful ability, one of the very first V-Stars ever printed, and still one of the best for sure. For the Duraludon line, they're playing a 2-2 Duraludon VMAX. Interestingly enough, they're playing the Dragon version, not the Metal one. The Metal one reduces damage, but you know, this is what they played. This is what they decided to bring to the late night. It does have a relevant attack in Breaking Swipes. 140 damage, nothing to scoff at. You get to reduce damage as well. Maybe could be good in the Lost Box matchup, for example. And then the main tower himself, Duraludon VMAX Skyscraper, protects you from your opponent's Pokemon that has special energy attached. So very, very powerful ability, especially when the meta is riddled with special energies. And then G-Max Pulverization, great attack, 220 damage. You're taking a knockout on opposing Vs, but it's a shred ability. That means you're shredding through the Rolling Iron on Hisuian Gudra. You're shredding through some Milk Tanks, for example. Great attack. So if you're playing against Control, this could very much matter. We're also playing a 1-1 line of Flying Pikachu. Great pivot option. Flying Pikachu has free retreat, but we're playing it for the max balloon attack. 160 damage, and you prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from basic Pokemon. All damage done to this Pokemon from basic Pokemon. Essentially, you play this down, you hit into Reggie's, and you win. So typically, I think Reggie's actually has a great matchup to Duraludon. Duraludon has a great matchup to Reggie's anyway, since Reggie's only plays special energy. This is just the insta-win. But I think it's also a great attacker in the Lost Box matchups, for example, where you are protected from things like the new Zamazenta from Crown Zenith that can definitely hit very hard, or the Dragonite V's. Flying Pikachu is definitely the answer there. I love the deck. Feels like it has an answer to everything in the meta for sure. And of course, it is supported by a slew of items, 1 escape rope to switch, 2 evolution incense, 4 Pokegear to really find your supporters. Again, when you're playing Arceus Duraludon, you can't afford to play your support Pokemon like Crobat or Luminion. That means you're going to have to play a heavier line of Pokegear to really get supporters for turns. We're playing 4 Quick Ball, 1 Switch, 4 Ultra Ball, and for our stadiums, 2 Temple of Sinnoh, which is funny. Just so much special energy hate with this deck for sure, but I mean, that's what happens when you're playing against Lugia. You definitely want to stick this down to prevent stuff like Amazing Eviltal from hitting you, for example. But we have more than this for our Amazing Eviltal counters for sure. We're also playing 2 Training Court to get the the basic energy bag. Oh, something of note, don't play your Temple of Sinnoh when you play your Double Turbo Energy. And 2 Big Parasol, again, to protect us from the Amazing Eviltal. And honestly, I think it's even if you do get knocked out by Amazing Eviltal, you lose 1 Duraludon. If you get 2 set up against the Lugia matchup, I think you should still win for sure. And but yeah, hopefully we get to test it out. Oh, sorry, for the supporters, we're playing 4 Boss's Orders, 4 Horse Experiment. I love this addition because this is a way to go through your deck without having to discard protecting you from stuff like Echoing Horn. We're playing 3 Marnie and 1 Professor Research to close it out. Again, very, very tight list for sure. Hopefully we get to use the Flying Pikachu or the Flying Pikachu, to be honest, just because it is the tech option in this Duraludon deck. And with that, let's go ahead and go to the ladder. But of course, before anything, don't forget to check out all the amazing sponsors down below for all your Pokemon-related needs. All right, let's get to the games. All right, so we do get a game on our hands here. Hopefully we do get to go first. Again, we're an evolution-style deck. And I feel like every deck in the current meta, in the current standard format, does want to go first in any case. But we are going to go second there. We do open up the Arceus V. We have a pretty good grip going second, to be honest, because we do have the double turbo energy. We have the Ultra Ball to get the Duraludon as well. We have a Marnie just in case. We also have the Pokegear in case we want a different supporter, for example. We're up against Regis. Okay. So we're up against Regis. Again, Duraludon should be great in this matchup, but we're going to set up Flying Pikachu. Would love to set up both of them, to be honest. But let's go ahead and see. I like having Flying Pikachu and Duraludon just in case we get hit by the Regice. So that I know Flying Pikachu has a free retreat. We can always retreat to the Duraludon and attack from there. And then just go back to Flying Pikachu. Or hopefully we get the Flying Pikachu and the Umbrella up. Okay, since they might put in pressure early, I'm gonna go ahead and we have a lot of energies in hand here. I'm gonna go Pokegear first. Let's see if we can get a Colress. We do. Let's go ahead and use that Colress real quick. We don't need an Arceus. I'll take the energy, the research, and a Quick Ball. Sounds good to me. We have a lot of energies in our hands, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and attach to the Arceus. Quick Ball away. A Metal Energy. Pikachu's in there. The VMAX isn't, though. So that means we're going to go the Duraludon route. We only have 1 Duraludon as well. So hopefully it goes the distance here. Again, the scary thing about playing just Duraludon is they can attack it with the... Yeah, they can attack it with the Regigigas if they play Path to the Peak. So that's something we do have to be mindful of. Hopefully we draw into the... Yeah, hopefully we draw into the Flying Pikachu VMAX eventually. But yeah, in any case, I'm going to go ahead and set up this Duraludon. We're going to start attacking. Maybe they started a little bit too slower. I mean, they only have 3 Regis in hand. Maybe they don't have a supporter. They do play the Path to the Peak. This now stops my Arceus from going to Arceus V-Star. But that's very important. We need them to play the Path to the Peak so that we can bump these stadiums. Looks like he played it down to be able to use the Dragon's Horde ability on Regidrago to draw up to 4. And hopefully, again, fingers crossed, no supporters. Would love to be able to attack with my Arceus before it gets knocked out. But there it is. Big research there. Energy in the discard. Not too much just yet. It's going to take quite a bit to start attacking here. They're going to need the Regi... Sorry, they're going to need energies in the discard pile. They're going to need the Aurora energies. And then they're going to need 2 more Regis. I believe it is Regi Ice and Regi Steel, and then a Scoop Up Net onto the Regi Rock to get the knockout on my Arceus. I feel fairly confident we should be A-okay. In any case, there's 2 Aurora energies hit the bin. So this can attack if they have 1 more Regi. They can power it up. They can even attack with a Regidrago, which isn't too bad. But no, it's going to be a pass, which is great. So now we can go ahead and attach to the Arceus. Yeah, we're going to attach to the Arceus, go for the Evolution Incense here, find ourselves the Arceus V-Star. We're going to... I'm just going to research the hand, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to go research the hand just to thin it out, really. We'll also grab Flying Pikachu a little prematurely. There's a lot of energies. Oh, we don't have too many energies left, but we do still have Training Court and all that, so I should have enough to power up a Flying Pikachu. So we're going to go ahead and do this research here. See what we can get. Love it. All right, we do get the Duraludon VMAX. I will opt to bump the stadium just to force the grab for sure. We get energy here, and we should be able to power up the Flying Pikachu in the next turn. I'm thinking if we need to Starbirth, I think we Starbirth now. There's a good chance they do get the attack with the Regirock this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and Starbirth, grab ourselves. Honestly, I'll grab another Stadium. And we have another supporter. So I'll grab the big Parasol here. We're going to attach that to the Duraludon. Yeah, and we're just going to go ahead and Trinity Nova for the knockout here. Hopefully, draw into the Flying Pikachu. If we can draw into Flying Pikachu VMAX, we are in great shape. Let's see if we get it here. Nah, that's not Flying Pikachu. 1 out of 5. Again, we still have time. I don't mind attacking with the Duraludon. Hopefully, Duraludon should be able to at least take 1 prize. No, and there's the victory screen. Sometimes you just get games like that. Sometimes your opponent does realize they can't outpace the Duraludon. So good game to my opponent. All right, looks like we do get a game on the ladder here. Let's see if we can go first. Again, ideally we do. Yes, we do. We are an evolution style deck. I feel like every deck in the current standard format would prefer to go first. We do get the Arceus. We have the Ultra Ball. Not much else we can ask for. Ultra Ball and the Energy. Let's see what we're playing against. Zacian. Okay. This might be a multiple things. I've been seeing the Zacian V Star really start showing up on different on the ladder. This is going to be an interesting one. I'll go ahead and Ultra Ball here. We'll grab ourselves. I think we attack with the Flying Pikachu. We can attack with the Duraludon. I think we attack with the Duraludon still. I'll go ahead and Ultra Ball this and this. Grab ourselves the Duraludon V. I think we grab Flying Pika. Just in case. Yeah, I think we grab Flying Pikachu. And we're just going to go ahead and pass. Again, this is one of those scenarios where Duraludon isn't really going to wall this deck. Oh, it's going to be the Dialga V-Star. So Flying Pikachu, not quite the... we'll be able to block Zacian V, but not Dialga V-Star there. This is going to be a tough one. Again, we don't necessarily wall this deck, but maybe we can outpace it. We do see the Energy Surge come into play. And there is going to be a Dark Asset. Fill up their hand there. They're looking for... Again, this is something we haven't seen in a minute. This could be the Turbo variant where they just have the Muse. I forget what they call it, but the Celebration Muse to be able to look at the top 6 top cards of their deck, find an item. Ooh. If I had an Ultra Ball, I wouldn't mind hitting into the Dialga V for sure. We're just going to attach there and go for Marnie. Hopefully draw into a way to... We do get the V-Star. We helped them out, looks like it, but we had no choice there. We'll go into the Arceus V-Star. Let's see here. We'll go use the... I think I'm going to go Starbirth. And we're going to grab the Duraludon. We're going to grab Duraludon and the Escape Rope. Perfect. Yes. We'll grab Duraludon and the Escape Rope. This way we either take prizes or we hit into one of their main guys. I'm going to use the Escape Rope here. Love that we have this free pivot into Flying Pikachu. Again, 180 damage should be enough. Yeah, we're going to take a knockout on that Crobat. The retreat here, and I'm just going to go ahead and Trinity Nova, take this knockout. I'm going to power up the Duraludon instead, just in case they go back into the... Zacian. So we can take 2 prizes that way. This is us just trying to outpace our opponent here. So that's the thing, right? Sometimes you think that you're a tech-style deck. You're looking at Duraludon, you're thinking, hey, the goal of the Duraludon deck is just to take hits. It's 330 HP, it's a big Pokemon. It also protects you. You're playing wall-style Pokemon like the Flying Pikachu VMAX, Duraludon VMAX Skyscraper's ability, but you're also doing quite a bit of damage, right? 180 on Arceus, it was enough to take a knockout on the Crobat, potentially 2-hit knockout the Dialga V, and another Crobat hits the field. So now we might be able to plan out our prizes where if we take a knockout on the Zacian and the Crobat, that should be enough to close out the game. We're going to see the Dialga V-Star now come into play. There's like Radiant Greninja as well. And a Marnie. Our hand was pretty good, but I probably should have used the Evolution Incense to evolve the Flying Pikachu, but I wanted to get the Duraludon. Let's see what we can get off the Marnie. We do get the Boss's Orders and the Ultra Ball. I don't think we can ask for much else. We can go ahead and boss up the Crobat or boss up the Dialga, potentially. We're going to see the concealed cards here. They have a couple of energies now in the discard pile. They need a couple more Metal Saucers. Even if they attack, even if they use the Star Chronos, as long as they're not knocking out along with the Star Chronos, we should be okay. Be interesting if they decide to attack here. But no, it's going to be Intrepid Sword. Okay. So we do get the Flying Pikachu. Here's a question. Do we attack with the Arceus? This is a tough one. What I want to do here is I want to Ultra Ball, get the Duraludon VMAX, retreat into the Duraludon. If we retreat to the Duraludon, that might put us in a tight spot because they can use the V-Star, take a knockout there, and then we lose all our energies. I'm going to evolve this into Flying Pikachu VMAX. We're going to Ultra Ball here, discard the Parasol and the Chorus Experiment. Just grab ourselves the Duraludon VMAX. And I think this is just one of those scenarios where I'm going to gust up the threat, right? Yes, I can take 2 prizes off the Crobat and potentially be a boss away again from winning the game and knocking out Zacian. But I feel like this is the safer play where we just hit into the Dialga V. They're pretty much all in on the Dialga V. And after that, we should be smooth sailings, right? If we can take this knockout, which we should be able to, we have a V-Star, a Flying Pikachu, and a Duraludon all powered up. This Dialga has to deal with so many things. In fact, if we had not taken a knockout with Flying Pikachu, Zacian can knock us out. So that might be the play here. It all depends on his next turn. He will be able to get the Star Chronos, but not knock out anything. That's why we had to evolve the Duraludon VMAX, because it would be very bad if we kept it as Duraludon V. It went for Star Chronos, took 2 prizes, attach an energy to the Dialga, take a knockout on Arceus V, and essentially be one more attack away from winning the game. But this way, we're the ones who put the pressure in first. And Star Chronos doesn't really do anything. Star Chronos is essentially, you're taking a knockout, buying 1 turn. But you have to set up a second Dialga V-Star. But I absolutely love the Dialga V-Star deck, though. I'm not going to lie. When this deck first came out, that was the... when that card first came out, that was what I was testing the most. I mean, that's why we're Prime Time Wizard. We have to play with the God of Time. After all, we're gonna see a cross switcher there. Bring up the Duraludon. So they're opting for the 3 prize here. They're gonna go with the Star Chronos. Take another turn. They're gonna be able to take this knockout, but at what cost, right? We do see the energy switch there. They're gonna move it over to the Zacian V. What would be scary if they did have the Zacian V-Star? That would be pretty scary. They're just going to go ahead and use the Metal Blast there. Take the knockout. Yes, they're going to take 3 prizes. They're 1 more VMAX knockout away from winning the game. But let's see here. I'm going to go into Flying Pikachu. Let's see if we can draw anything. Quick Ball's okay. But yeah, I think we just go ahead and max Balloon. I could just go attack with Arceus, thin the deck out of energies, because this is their way of winning the game. If they can knock out the Flying Pikachu, just have a feeling they are playing the Zacian V-Star. They're down a couple of Metal Saucers. They still have 2. They still can potentially attack here. I think I'm going to force it out. I'm going to say you're going to need to gust my Flying Pichu if you want to hit into it. And if you do hit into it, maybe I can just, I can still freely retreat. We're going to go ahead and Trini Nova here, take this knockout. 180 damage, accelerate all the energy as well. Get that out of the deck. And yeah, we go down to 2 prizes. Again, if we can find the Gust, we can take a knockout on the Crobat. There's the Ultra Ball. That's not going to help us. The Chorus Experiment, that could help. They do go into the Crobat here. We do see the Metal Saucer. Something we could do is we could just hit into the Zacian as well. And there it is. There's the game again. Just a well-timed boss's orders for the game. And again, sometimes that's, if you watch the late night stream, by the way, check it out in the YouTube channel. You get to see Matt really play in a very similar way. That's something I learned from him. It's not about taking the prizes for this deck. It's about establishing your board state. You know what? You take a knockout on the things that threaten your VMAXs, and then you can really slowly close out the game, especially when you're walling, right? That's why you prioritize taking out Amazing Rare Eviltal instead of maybe a juicy Leminion 2 prizer, right? But yeah, well, that was the deck here. Again, it was absolutely amazing to play. Congratulations to Matt again for winning the late night with the ADP, essentially Arceus, Duraludon, and Pikachu. Hopefully we see more from Matt. I'm sure he is that much closer to getting the trip to Japan and getting the invitational, getting the invite to the late night invitational. With that, if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified when new videos do come out. My name is PrimeTimeWizardTV. I'll see you all next time.
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen, make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTCGO Store to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at ptcgostore.com.
Are you trying to be the best like no one ever was? Now is your time. Head on over to Metafy.gg and search out all our amazing Pokemon TCG coaches where you can book all sorts of training plans ranging from deck help to full season sessions with your favorite coach. What a great way to up your game. Check out Metafy.gg in the description below and take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself against trainers from around the world to compete for the biggest online prizing yet.
Are you ready for an unbelievable tournament unlike anything else you've ever seen before? The Shuffle Squad is proud to announce our newest tournament series, the Late Night Event, with an amazing grand prize that's bound to have you excited.
Players can compete via play.limitless.tcg.com's online tournament platform every Tuesday to get a chance to earn weekly prizes. And every week, your placement in the tournament is tallied by points based on your best finishes to earn your rank for the Late Night Invitational event.
The series will be conducted starting February 7th of 2023 and carry all the way through to the Invitational on July 9th of 2023, where the top players will be rewarded the grand prizing.
And the grand prize is a signed jersey and photo op with the entire Shuffle Squad, as well as a fully paid trip to the Pokemon World Championships in Yokohama, Japan. This includes hotel and airfare, whether you're a player or a spectator.
Don't forget to check out all the live coverage on our YouTube and Twitch channel of the top cuts of these events for every week. And subscribe so you can get notified where to watch the Late Night Events Invitational brought to you by the Shuffle Squad. Now get out there and start winning. We'll see you in Japan.